Hey friends, this is Ruijven again. I just started a new map, and I was going to do something different with this one. So as I'm going through, I am still going to use all these wonderful mods that I have, and you can see them on the screen maybe. All of the bases, which improves my base health and carry weight, stuff like that. Azu workbench tweaks, which actually lets you to auto repair when you interact with the workbench, stuff like that too. You don't need a roof for it. Better UI is like my heads up display where I can move the things around. Build restriction tweaks, which lets me build anywhere. Basically, I can build inside of a troll cave, or at the boss stones, or at an ice cave, wherever I want to, or in a boss area too. It doesn't give you the warning that says mystical forces prevent you from building here. That's a pretty cool one. Building repair is one of my favorite ones because even without a workbench, I can assign one key. In this case, it is the single quote key or apostrophe key to repair everything within a 100-meter radius. That's a lot of fun. Building protection is pretty good. It's also pretty cool to use as part of the building process. Of course, the clock mod on here is wonderful. I really enjoy this one because it, lets you know what time it is. Comfort tweaks is really nice because you can get extended comfort time depending on what you want to do with it. Also, it will give you regen percentages, change the color, stuff like that. Craft from containers. This is a really cool one that I like just because you don't have to go get all the things. So you can craft from it when you have a workbench or anything else in range. You don't have to have it on your person. You can just get it from the container. These are a lot of these things are things that were in Valheim Plus, and I really enjoyed Valheim Plus. I've also really enjoyed exploring new ones. So even though Valheim Plus isn't working so much right now, it's really cool to get this going too. Of course, this is the Weapon X, which is kind of necessary. Extended player inventory. I like this one a lot, especially when you can remap the hotkeys. If I press tab, you can see I don't have to have the armor or even some of the weapons or the utility pieces. They don't have to be in the bag anymore, in the person's inventory. You put it over here to the side, and it frees up those slots real easy. Of course, the one I'm using right now, the configuration manager, is really cool because you can change whatever in-game without having to reload the game for most things. Faster boats. Of course, you can make rudder speed very quick, or the wind speed very quick, or whatever you will do with that too. The food customizer is one of my favorite ones too. You can see down the bottom, my red mushrooms are for 64 minutes right now, and my raspberries are at 55 minutes. You can also change how much health each one gives, or Eikthyr, or let's see, you can give depending on the stamina, or regen, health regen and stamina regen as well. So I guess pretty cool. You can tweak those things up a little bit. Fuel Eternal is something that allows you to not have to keep putting stuff into the campfires or bonfires or hearths, the jack of turnips, the sconces on the walls or braziers, anything that's going to keep it lit. It keeps it lit for you. Item drawers is probably one of my favorite mods ever, just because of the storage issues. So let me show you. I'll show you one of those later. But with the item drawers, one item can go in there, one type of item, but you can change how many of those can go in there at a time. I've maxed this to, what is that, 9,999,999, and you could do more, I guess, if you want to. I mean, but yeah, I was just kind of like, well, just dump in a bunch of 9s in there. Very cool to use very cool to withdraw or just pop them in there. And one of these other mods will actually, smart container mod, if you put it in just a normal chest and it's already assigned to another one, it will send it to that other one automatically. So we used to have like dump chests when I played on a multiplayer server, or even on my own. You know, you get back from exploring or anything else and you have a bunch of stuff on you and you just dump it all in one chest pretty much and you sort it out later. Well, this will sort it out for you, so it's super cool. Mass farming is really cool. I like this because you can set it up by grids and ignore stamina, that too. But yeah, it sorts out your planting, your farming, so that you don't have to think too hard about it and spend so much time figuring out how to do the walking and hitting the key at the right time and anything else, and make sure it grows. OdinArchitect actually enables a few other build pieces, including some storage pieces. Passive powers is one of my favorite ones too. And what it will do is you can, once you have those boss buffs, you can actually put all of them on at the same time if you want to. You can adjust what they do on here too to keep it more balanced. And one of the coolest things is being able to have motor on full time, and then also some of these other ones too. Plant everything is really cool because you can actually plant raspberry bushes and blueberry bushes, cloudberries. You can also plant these other crops on here too. The flax, mage cap, onions, all the things that you can plant. You can take those and put those through there. Pottery barn. I don't remember what this one does, but I think it offers a few more things too to use. Smart containers I mentioned before too. You can have it, if you go into, have a dump chest or something, it'll just automatically send it to the other one instead, which is good and bad. Teleport everything is a really cool mod. So you can actually put this through here that you can set it up for different things on here. You can transport metals, which you normally cannot transport. If you have an ally, like a wolf, you can take them through the portal. On some of the mods that you can actually have other people on here, I've taken those through the portals before too. Those work really well. If they're an ally, it works out. Or the tamed version that follows you, it works out really well. Those that boars, logs as wolves, dragon eggs, and ores, all the things can actually go through there. Use equipment in water is a really cool one, especially when you go in the water, it wants you to just swim and puts away your weapons. This one will keep your weapon out and you can still swim. Valheim configuration manager, which is I think the same thing I'm using right here, just the configuration manager. That one already. Valheim raft is a really cool one. I have 2 videos about Valheim raft. You could make it fly. I've tried it once. It was kind of scary. Ward is Love is a really cool add-on that I enjoyed a lot, actually. It is, if you're going to look at some of these and say these are cheating, the Ward is Love is definitely more of a cheating kind of mod as far as, what you're able to do with it. Aside from just the standard mod, not mod, but the standard ward things that you can do, like prevent another player from coming in and using something, this one will prevent a player from actually coming into the entire area. Not just open doors or have access to your things, but it will be a bubble, like a shield around it, or a force field. You can set it so that, it's very customizable on here. You can set it so that if someone were to run into the shield or an enemy, that they could actually get damage inflicted to them beyond just not being able to go through it. Yeah, you can set up all kinds of different things on here as well, including who can go through it. That's actually a pretty cool ward. And it comes with different versions of it too. I think there's a Thor version, a Hel version, which is his sister, and Loki version, which is pretty cool too. And then X Portal is Very cool on this one. I was having to think what I was doing with it again. Display portal color. I've never seen that before. So X portal on this one is a mod that you can set up one portal instead of doing an entire portal room or like a space for it. It'll link them all together. And so you have a drop down menu that you can actually use to keep it going, and super easy to use. Very much more friendly than having to get an entire portal room and have all the in between. As you can see on this map, I have not explored very much. It's brand new. I kind of got to the water's edge and kept doing some exploring. Some of the things I really enjoy about this is, when you first get into a new map, it's finding where you're going to set up shop, where you're going to have your main base. With that one, the build restriction tweaks, that makes it so you don't have to have it just outside. You can do it inside something, but it's also a little bit more difficult unless you can find a crypt or a troll cave. And when you first start, it's even probably harder because you may not have all the things you need to go into a troll cave and beat the troll. And if you get outside, if you get an empty troll cave, chances are it's someone that's on the outside, so this doesn't help much. So I do need some arrows. When you do the Odin's architecture part, I'll make one of those so we can see what it looks like. And of course, some more arrows on that too. So Odin's architect, I'm going to put it over here in the other part over here. All right, so, and you can actually check off some of these things. You can change the whatchamacallits for these. You can change the key bindings for these as well. I have this one with an equal sign. So there's a few things that you could use. This is like a vertical wall, and then a horizontal. It's a really thick wall though. There's other pieces too that I don't have things for. Dark wood decor, which is like on the side. This is a really cool one. It's the a different kind of fence. It's a little bit more wood, but it's a really cool fence too. And then you could do a different kind of fence. And a giant gate if you have a giant wall going around. Of course, there's also doors, very giant doors. This is a really cool one you could do. It takes a lot of different materials, but you can actually make a drawbridge. So for those of you that have a moat around your area, you like the outside base, you can actually bring this and have it drop down for this one too. And it has a little core thing on that, but that tells you where you can actually access it from the other side of it. There's some elevators on here, which I wish I went a little higher, but that's the way it is. Some different decor, some skulls, and handle trays, different furniture. And these big ones, these are really cool. So instead of like the small floor, you get the big wooden floor. And it, very much like the Berger who we see. And instead of doing like a small roof, you get the big roof tiles. And then there's a diverger section on there too, which will be discoverable when I discover the diverger. Alright, so I get this. Oh, no. Not going to happen. So one thing I've noticed is that, if you've ever played this game for a little bit or not much at all, when you knock an arrow like this, let's say you don't want to shoot, you just press the number again, like 2 is my keybind for it, so you don't lose an arrow for it. I've gone through several hundred arrows, I think, because I didn't know I could do that. You could also change it to a different weapon instead. the same thing. I'm looking for... How many do I have? I have 3. Okay, I think I have enough. I have not done any boss fights yet. Is that deer again? We'll do that. We'll go see this Eikthyr and see what we can do for him. Oh, I like exploring with these. There's probably a boar farm. Looks like a chicken farm. They had these before. They had the chickens out though, so I'm going to guess that it was a boar farm before, based on the number of raspberries in the area. This is a pretty nice little place next to the oak tree, open area. You see, I marked this 2-star boar on here before. And we have a statue. And this I know kind of bugs some people, but you have to press the number. Okay, but really, and the Fenris armor has that resistance to frost. You're probably not taking any like damage on your, not damage, but negative on your stamina boost. Battle. Oh, that missed. My bow's almost fully damaged too. Got him. Alright. Alright. Well, let's head back to the... Wow, that took a long time. We will run all the way back and put the head on the boss stones. Just found a boar in there. Over here, some more boar. A lot of boar. There's another deer right there. Alright, ate it. And you guys eye on that guy that will do this. Oh, I don't have enough wood anyways. Oh. That works. Alright, so let's actually reduce the stamina usage. And with this mod, it may change it a little bit more. So the passive does those things. Increases movement speed, such as that. If you want to do it, like activate the skill, then it could do a little bit more, and it has a little bit higher for it. And then this is different too. You can release the power. Which is like it back. And one thing I was going to say is that when you're looking to build a new settlement, a base, or things like that, always helpful to keep close to your buffs. But if you have the mod where you can just throw down a portal there anyways, then it's super easy until you get portals. That's good. Then also have somewhere close. I prefer rivers, something like this, just because in the open ocean, when you have that land over here, so to say, you need to try to make something. As soon as a storm comes up or anything else, all of this ends up getting underwater. And that's the last thing you need is water damage from your house being too close to the water like that. Instead, if you build it closer to the river, it makes it so that you don't have to worry about it so much, because the river doesn't usually swell with the tide. And this is one of the houses that I just kind of stumbled upon before. And it's still here. Oh, I have to draw off first. Yeah. Stay tuned for future versions of this, and as we kind of explore and see what's going on.